That's right, Woodchuck Chuckers. It's Groundhog Day. Surely you don't think I've already used that one. Alright, so this is 7-2. For people in my class, this is the last assignment of the semester before you move on to your projects. So, let's get this over with. Let's get done. Alright, so what we're going to do in this assignment is we're going to create a map of all the immigrant-run businesses in Pittsburgh. And then we're going to symbolize those using some different symbols, and that'll be up to you to be a little bit creative there. So we're going to start off by doing the same thing that we did last time, which is that we're going to create a new address locator. Before we create the address locator, we're first going to create a new file geodatabase. And what does it say to name it here? Here. Ours. There's 2. Okay, and now in here, new address locator. Now, unlike last time, we're not going to match just on zip code. This time we're going to get the addresses of the businesses. We're going to match based on that. So we want to do, just like the tutorial in your book, you're going to go to dual ranges, US addresses. Hit OK. And then the reference data here is going to be Pittsburgh streets. So if we go to data, and where is that? The Pittsburgh streets is in Pittsburgh folder, city.gdb, and Pittsburgh streets. There it is, Pittsburgh streets. Okay, and so you see that in here it has the left to right addresses and all this kind of stuff. All right, and so let's make sure we save this inside our geolocator. I mean, not geolocator, geodatabase. 7. And does it give us a name to save this as? Business Streets Locator, it says. Business Streets, Locator. All right, hit enter and hit OK. All right, it says it's creating the address right there, or creating the address locator rather. So we'll wait a second for that. Now we also need to, while it's doing that, add some data to our map. So it says to put in here Pittsburgh streets, neighborhood, and the immigrant table. So it's going to be the same thing in this city.gdb. Pittsburgh streets, hold down control. We want immigrant businesses, and we want the neighborhoods. And then click on add. All right, so there we go. There's everything we need. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to geocode these actual addresses. So if you look in this immigrant business data, these are all of the addresses, and then it has the type of restaurant. And so what has happened is that this address in and of itself doesn't really mean anything. We need to match it up with the actual map. And so what's going to happen is in the Pittsburgh Streets layer, in the Pittsburgh Streets layer, it knows how to match up these addresses. And so we're going to use the data here to plot these here. So same thing here, we need to find the toolbar here. So toolbar, geocoding. Remember, this is always where the toolbars are if you're missing anything. All right, so it already came up with Business Streets Locator, geocode addresses, and we want to make sure we use Business Streets Business Streets Locator here. Hit OK. All right, so address table. So immigrant businesses, this is the table we want. Street or intersection address. Yeah, that was the, so here, let me show you why we're doing that. So address has the name of the street in it. So address has the street, city has the city, state has the state, zip has the zip, and type has the firm. All right, so let's go back into this here. Oops, wrong one, this one. Okay. Address, so city is city, state is state, zip is zip. And this is going to go into our geodatabase. Hit OK. All right, so you see that 78 are matched and 34 are unmatched. So that's not really too great. Only 70% of them matched. And so let's, well, we're going to come back to that in a little bit. So if this was your dissertation or something, you wouldn't settle for that. It's really important to go back and find the reason why some of those addresses aren't matching. And a lot of you, if you're plotting any sort of addresses in your term paper project, will have some trouble matching some things, and you'll need to go back and do this. And like I said, we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, so let's clear up this map a little bit here. So let's go back to this view. Neighborhoods. Oh, let's left click. Let's do a hollow fill in the neighborhoods. The streets, I'm not sure that we really need the streets here. Well, all right, maybe we do need the streets here. But let's not have them red. Let's make them a little bit thinner. I don't know, what about that? I'm thinking we should have an even lighter color than that, probably. Maybe a dark gray or something like that. I don't know. So this is up to you to figure out what you think works best. All right, so if we go into symbology here, we can, so what we want to do before we do that is we want to take these and we want to symbolize them differently depending on what type of business they are, okay? And so if we go into this, double click on this, symbology, categories here, we can create unique values. So let's go to the type, showed whether it was, and you hit add all values here. Okay. And so you see you have 21 firms, 32 grocery stores, 59 restaurants. And so the symbol, we're just going to leave that like this for right now. And we'll hit OK. All right, so this is, just looking at this map, what's a grocery store, what's a firm, what's a restaurant, it doesn't really make any sense. And so if you left click on the symbol here, you can choose any symbol that you want. So this is going to be up to you to choose. If you look in the sample assignment here, you'll see that I chose push pins for firms because those look like office supplies. I chose the fork and spoon for restaurants, and then this grocery is I think it's like milk and something for the Canadians. Maybe it's maple syrup. I don't know. It's a container of whatever you want it to be. All right. So, if you want to take the easy way out, pick a green square or whatever. But, this is your opportunity to be creative. Pick something that you think is going to make more sense. And so, all right, so this is firm. So if I do push pin, here's a push pin right here. I can do these, and now we got big push pins for the firms. Grocery, now you notice that there's no grocery in here. You can scroll through here all you want. And so what will happen is if you type in grocery here, hit enter, now it gives you a bunch of different stuff. And so this is where I got the grocery store from here. Or maybe this is grocery store here. I wanted some colors, I didn't want the black and white one. Grocery, these are all black and white. So you can be creative, maybe type in food. We had all this different, we got all sorts of different things here. Wow, that's a lot of different things. Maybe let's be more specific. What if we said milk or something? No. Eggs. What else do people buy at grocery stores? Vegetables? Oh, fruit. Come on. Oh. Well, so you get the point. You can choose whatever symbol you want. I'll just stick with this one for now. And then restaurant, you know, you can type in whatever you want. Type in your favorite dish. It's Lent, maybe they have a fish fry or something, you know, who knows. So this is the one I went with last time. All right, so now we want to go back and we want to figure out how to get more plotted on there, because we only had 70% of our addresses that actually worked. And so if we do address inspector, sorry, wait, hold on. How do we do this? Geez, oh Pete, how do I do that? Okay, so if we go and select whatever layer we want, so this is the layer we want, the geocoding result. And so now we can do review/rematch addresses. And so let's make this window nice and big so we can see everything. And now you'll notice in here there's a line, and you can find it when you get this little symbol right here. And so this, when you get this symbol, the railroad tracks with the two arrows, then you can click and you can drag this down so you'll make the top window bigger. All right, and so you see 78 are matched, 34 are unmatched. Okay, and so the match type, we can sort by this. Or the score is basically how confident it is that it was matched correctly, or the status is unmatched and matched. So let's sort, well, let's sort descending, I guess. So now all the U's are at the top. All right, and so now these ones don't have any, let's see what the address is here. Okay, so right here, so there's an address over here, but it didn't register over here in the match address. And that's because it couldn't figure out where this actually was. So why might that be? So 2112 Penn Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA, that all sounds plausible, but the zip code has 11111. That's almost certainly not the right zip code. And so if we you can just copy and paste 2112 Penn Avenue. If you go to Google Maps or, you know, whatever your favorite mapping software is. Okay, so we type in 2112 Penn Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA, and it comes up 15222. And so we can type in 15222 and hit enter. And all right, so it says here are all the possible addresses. Which one do you think is the right one? And so this one is the right one, this one. So if we double click, click here, select this one and then hit match. Okay, and so now if we go over here, you'll see the match address. There you go, right there, it's in there. Okay, and so let's do one more. So how about 705 Penn Avenue? And again, we have the same problem, 11111. So if we have 705 Penn Avenue, hit enter, we see 15221 is the right 15221. So hit 1, hit enter. I copy that right? 15221. Oh. Ha! I'm on the wrong one. Okay. 15221. 15221. Okay, hit enter. All right, so 705 Penn Avenue, select this one, hit match. Okay, so try and match at least 5 more, or, you know, go through, see how many of the unmatched ones you can match. You know, we'll give a gold star or something to whoever can match the most addresses from here. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I think you get the idea. You can go through it and do more yourself. Okay, and hit OK. All right, so now let's look at the checklist. We got outlines of neighborhoods are visible. So the version that I'll post on Blackboard, I have a corrected version. I don't have 7-2 here. I'm not missing O in neighborhoods. You know, I just wanted to make some mistakes on here so that, you know, you thought I was human too. So outlines of neighborhoods are visible. Oh, we forgot all about that. All right, so click on here. Let's make the outline, let's make this wider, and then let's drag this to the top layer. All right, let's make this even wider still. Let's go with 2 is usually really easily visible. Okay. Ooh, that might be a bit much. Maybe 1.5. This is up to you to determine what you think looks best. All right, outlines neighbors visible. Neighbors have hollow fill, so this is hollow fill, right? Because if we had this as green or something, you wouldn't be able to see anything. That would be a total disaster. And symbols mark locations of 3 different types of businesses. Okay, so we have this on here. So like I said, I didn't put legends on the checklist, but it's assumed that you will make a legend because you always put a legend on your map. Whoops. So if we go to layout view, and so I would probably put this into, since this is a wider map, I'd probably put this in the landscape view here. Okay. And then let's add a legend. Okay, so again, you don't really need neighborhoods in here. Well, maybe we should have neighborhoods in here. We have streets in here too, I guess. Let's leave them all in here. And then let's just go to next, finish. All right, so now, all right, so maybe we should have made this even, well, actually, no, let's change this. So this is immigrant-run businesses. All right, and then let's delete this. We don't need this. That's kind of self-explanatory, I think. All right, so now do we have enough room? Here we go. All right, and so you might want to change the names of these so it's just streets instead of PGH streets. That doesn't really make any sense. Okay. So there you go. So that's about what your map should look like, okay? So have some fun, match some more addresses, pick the symbols that you want, make it look good. All right, so that's it. You've made it. That's the last problem set. Now it's on to the final paper. I'll see you in class and we'll work on that together. Or for anyone else who's tuning in, this is the last video you'll have with me. Hope you've enjoyed my commentary. I don't know why you would, but I hope you did anyway. So, I'll wish everyone good luck and good mapping.